The congressman and the others indicted this morning and arrested by the FBI are now being released just within the past hour. The congressman has pled not guilty. He and the others will be released on $500,000 in bail. Earlier today, the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York announced these charges, said that the congressman had been involved in insider trading because he sat on the board of a drug company and tipped his own son when the drug company's drug trial turned bad. Here's what he said.
Congressman Collins cheated our markets and our justice system in two ways. First, he tipped his son to confidential corporate information at the expense of regular investors, and then he lied about it to law enforcement to cover it up.
So take a look at the timeline here of events, and you'll see that what prosecutors are outlining in this indictment, these are just allegations now, is that the congressman received an email from the CEO of Innate, that's the drug company at issue here, saying that the drug test had gone badly and it was a disaster for the company. At 7:10, according to prosecutors, Collins responded to the email with a note to the CEO, and then at 7:16, he called his son to tip him about the drug trial results. Now, what's remarkable about all of this is that Collins was actually at the White House at the time all this was going on. There are photos of him at the White House that evening. It was a congressional event. Collins apparently making these phone calls from the White House grounds as he was detailing to his son what was going on with that stock. The issue is that the stock, once this bad drug trial became public, the stock declined 92%. The people involved here, friends and family of the congressman and his son, allegedly recouped about nearly $800,000 in total value that they didn't lose when that stock went down. So we'll see where this goes for the congressman. Already today, Speaker Paul Ryan has announced that he will not be serving on his committee any longer until all this is resolved.
Eamon, clearly the insider trading part is far beyond if proven to be correct. But before even that, how widespread is it that congressmen and senators are able to have these sorts of board positions? I frankly was surprised to hear that even was the case in the first place.
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting one because the rule differs between the House and the Senate. In the House side, you are allowed to sit on boards. You're not allowed to be compensated, and there are other sort of technical issues, but him sitting on the board of this is an Australian firm, of a foreign drug company, did not break House rules in and of itself. But what leaps out at me from this indictment is that at the time this transaction allegedly happened last year, the congressman was already being investigated by the House Ethics Committee for his role in dealing with this company. He had been interviewed, the indictment says, just days before this by the House Ethics Committee investigators who were looking into that situation. So he knew this was a touchy issue for him. He knew he was under intense scrutiny and allegedly then made those calls anyway to his son. Now, his lawyers say he's going to be exonerated. Ultimately, he's not guilty, and they point out that the congressman here never made any trades himself, and in fact, he lost millions on his own holdings because he wasn't able to sell them. The prosecutors are saying that the people who benefited here are his son and friends and family who were able to get out before the stock